The Manual, What Women Want and How to Give It to Them, by W. Anton. Introduction. Have you ever felt it? That invisible wall that seems to go up when you see someone you're truly attracted to. It's a feeling that can freeze you in place. Your mind, just a moment ago clear and sharp, suddenly goes blank. A dozen excuses rush in to fill the void. She's probably busy. She's out of my league. I wouldn't even know what to say. And so, the moment passes. The opportunity vanishes. And you're left with that quiet, lingering question. What if? It's a feeling almost every man has experienced. A deep-seated frustration that comes from a world filled with confusing advice. We're told to be a nice guy, yet we see that nice guys often finish last. We're told to chase success, money, and status, believing that these are the keys to a woman's heart, only to find ourselves tired, overworked, and still alone. It's as if we're all playing a game, but no one ever gave us the rule book. But what if I told you that the rule book you've been looking for isn't about learning new tricks or becoming someone you're not? What if it's about unlearning almost everything society has taught you? Today, we are going to explore a book that is less of a guide and more of an awakening. It's called The Manual, What Women Want and How to Give It to Them, written by the enigmatic author W. Anton. This isn't your typical dating advice book. It's a profound, sometimes jarring, look at the fundamental nature of attraction. It strips away the layers of social conditioning we've all been wrapped in since birth and reveals a simple, natural, and powerful truth. The author, W. Anton, remains a figure of mystery, but his work speaks for itself. The Manual became an international bestseller not through a massive marketing campaign, but through word of mouth, passed from one person to another like a closely guarded secret. It's a book that promises to turn your world upside down, to make sense of what previously felt like chaos. And that is my promise to you today. By the end of our time together, you will understand the hidden forces that shape attraction. You will see why the things you've been chasing might be the very things holding you back. And you will be introduced to a mindset that is not about playing games, but about stepping outside the game entirely. This isn't about memorizing lines, it's about becoming the kind of man women are naturally, instinctively drawn to. So, take a deep breath. Set aside what you think you know. And let's begin a journey into the heart of what women truly want, and how to give it to them. Book summary. To understand the core message of W. Anton's The Manual, we have to start with a very simple, but very powerful idea. Most of what we believe about attraction is wrong. It's not our fault. From the moment we are born, we are submerged in a sea of social conditioning. It's in the movies we watch, the stories we're told, and the subtle expectations placed upon us. Think about the classic fairy tales. A damsel is in distress, a princess trapped in a tower. And who saves her? A hero. A knight in shining armor, a prince who has slain a dragon or won a great battle. And what is his reward? He gets the girl. The message, repeated over and over in 1,000 different ways, is clear. A man must earn a woman. He is not good enough as he is. He must prove his worth through great deeds, through success, through sacrifice. Success, society tells us, equals sex. At the same time, society sends a very different message to women. Their sexuality is something to be controlled, guarded, and kept under lock and key. A woman who is not sexually exclusive is labeled a slut, while a man who is promiscuous is called a stud. This creates a strange and unnatural dynamic. Men are taught to pursue women like trophies they must win, while women are taught to play hard to get to protect their reputation, even if their natural desires are just as strong as any man's. This conditioning, as Anton explains, makes the world go round. It drives men to work harder, to build empires, to invent, to discover, all in the indirect pursuit of a woman's affection. It creates a stable society. But what is good for society is not always good for the individual. It leaves men feeling inadequate and women feeling repressed. It turns the natural, beautiful dance of seduction into a complicated, frustrating game that almost no one wins. Anton asks us to step back and question all of it. He suggests that before civilization, before money, before careers and social status, there was a natural way to attract women. An instinct. All men are born with these instincts, but they learn to suppress them. This book is about rediscovering that natural way. It's about understanding that a man's value isn't in his wallet or his job title, it's within himself. The first step on this journey is to understand the fundamental biology of attraction. It's not a choice. It's a primal emotion, like hunger or fear, hardwired into our brains over millions of years of evolution. When we feel attraction, our brain is telling us we found a suitable partner for survival and reproduction. And here is the crucial difference that society often tries to erase. Men and women are attracted to different, complementary qualities. For the vast majority of human history, a man's attraction to a woman was based on her suitability for motherhood. This is why men are so visually oriented. Traits that we call beautiful, youth, health, signs of fertility like smooth skin, a symmetrical face, and a certain body shape, are all non-conscious signals of a woman's ability to bear and raise healthy offspring. Her body is of vital importance. A woman, on the other hand, no longer needs a man's body after insemination. What she does need is his support and protection during the long, vulnerable months of pregnancy and the years of raising a child. Her survival, and the survival of her offspring, depended on finding a man whose behavior signaled that he could and would protect her. This is the bedrock of everything. Men are naturally attracted to a woman's physical form, her femininity. Women are naturally attracted to a man's behavior, his masculinity. And what is masculinity? Anton defines it with startling clarity. Since a woman's ability to bear children makes her physically more vulnerable, she has evolved to be attracted to men who appear less vulnerable than she is. Masculinity, therefore, is the appearance of being less vulnerable. It's not about being a tough guy, or watching sports, or hunting animals. It's about how you carry yourself in the world. This is why Anton makes a distinction between males and men, and females and women. A man is a masculine male. A woman is a feminine female. The goal of this book is to teach a male how to become a man, because that is what women are truly, biologically, attracted to. So, how does a man demonstrate this lack of vulnerability? The book breaks it down into 3 core pillars, 3 essential manners that every attractive man embodies: confidence, charm, and responsibility. Let's start with the most important one, confidence. Most people think confidence means being certain. They believe you have to feel sure of yourself to act confident. Anton argues this is completely backward. True confidence isn't the absence of uncertainty, it is the ability to tolerate uncertainty. It's the appearance of certainty, regardless of how you feel inside. Women are not attracted to what a man is thinking. They are attracted to how he acts. A confident man appears certain, and this is expressed through dominance. Now, this isn't about being domineering or controlling. It's about trusting yourself and putting your own interests first. It's about being, in a rational sense, selfish. You are the most important person in your life, and you must treat yourself as such. If you don't take care of your own needs, no one else will. This self-respect is the foundation of confidence. A man who values himself doesn't need to seek approval from others. He doesn't constantly explain himself, apologize for his desires, or change who he is to please a woman. He is unyielding in his core identity. This leads to another key aspect of confidence: Being optimistic. A confident man expects positive outcomes. He doesn't waste time worrying about what a woman might think or whether she'll reject him. He assumes she will be glad to meet him, and this positive expectation becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. He isn't caught up in his own head, trying to read her mind. He is present, in the moment, and trusts that he can handle whatever happens. This is courage, the ability to act despite fear, to face uncertainty head-on. Many men are intimidated by beautiful women, but this fear is irrational. Women are not dangerous. A man who is courageous enough to face this fear and approach a woman directly is demonstrating the very essence of masculinity. The second pillar is charm. Charm is the ability to make others feel good about themselves. And what makes a woman feel better than anything else? Feeling attractive and special. A charming man is popular, not necessarily with everyone, but with women. He appears to have options. Think about it. A compliment from a man who seems to have his choice of women means so much more than a compliment from someone who seems desperate. This is why women are often more interested in a man who is already with another woman. It's a non-conscious signal that he has been pre-selected, that he has value. This doesn't mean you need to be a player. It means you should carry yourself like a man who is successful with women. Be happy, be relaxed, smile. Happiness is contagious, and it's a sign that your life is good, and for a man, a good life often implies success with women. A charming man is also selective. He has high standards. He doesn't settle for just anyone. By choosing to approach a specific woman, especially the most attractive one in the room, he is paying her the highest compliment. He is saying, out of all the options, I choose you. This makes her feel incredibly special. Desperate behavior, on the other hand, is the ultimate turnoff. A desperate man has no standards. He needs a woman to feel complete, and this neediness signals extreme vulnerability, the opposite of masculinity. Finally, a charming man is caring. This doesn't mean being a nice guy who sacrifices his own needs. It means he is devoted to the woman he is with. He protects her. He makes her feel safe. He listens to her. He prioritizes her. Right after he prioritizes himself. He comes first, she comes second, and the rest of the world comes after that. The third and final pillar is responsibility. Responsibility is the ability to make things happen. It is the engine that drives seduction forward. In the world of dating, the man is expected to take responsibility. This begins with the responsibility to lead. He is the driving force. He initiates. He sets the direction and the pace of the relationship. He decides where to go on a date. He doesn't ask, "What do you want to do?" He says, "I'd like to take you here." This isn't about being bossy. It's about relieving her of the pressure to make decisions and allowing her to feel feminine and follow his lead. Women dream of being swept off their feet by a man who knows what he wants. Taking responsibility also means the duty to advance. Seduction is a process of moving closer, one step at a time, from the first conversation to the first touch, to the first kiss, and beyond. At every stage, it is the man's role to make the next move. If you're ever with a woman and thinking, "I don't know if she likes me," it's a sign that it's time for you to advance. Make a move. She will not do it for you. When you advance, you will sometimes encounter resistance. This is normal. It might be a test of your confidence, or it might be her social conditioning kicking in, telling her not to seem too easy. A responsible man doesn't give up at the first sign of resistance. He persists. He understands that her no might not be a final rejection, but a request for him to lead more strongly, to make her feel more comfortable, to take the responsibility off her shoulders. To do this effectively, he must often isolate her. This means leading her away from her friends, away from the noise of the crowd, to a place where the two of them can have some privacy. In a private space, the social pressure on her is lifted. She can relax and be herself, without worrying about her reputation. Ultimately, taking responsibility means you never rationalize or make excuses. A man who wants to meet a woman doesn't wait for the perfect moment. He doesn't blame his lack of success on being too short, not rich enough, or living in the wrong city. He understands that his success is entirely in his own hands. He doesn't use excuses to approach a woman, like asking for directions or pretending to bump into her. His desire for her is reason enough. He walks up to her directly and tells her why he is there. And this brings us to the practical application of this mindset, the message and the method. How do you talk to a woman? Anton argues that what you say is far less important than how you say it. You must communicate with the same confidence, charm, and responsibility that you embody in your actions. This means your conversation must be direct, flirtatious, and friendly. Be direct. Don't hide your intentions. Women are not men. They often communicate indirectly, dropping hints and expecting you to read between the lines. A man does the opposite. He is straightforward. He thinks aloud. He says what he means. This is masculine and refreshing. Be flirtatious. Your goal is not to make a new friend. It's to create a romantic or sexual connection. This means you must show your desire. Compliment her. Tell her you find her attractive. Make her the center of the conversation. Listen to her. Compare her favorably to other women to make her feel unique. Be friendly. Make her feel comfortable and safe. This doesn't mean becoming her nice guy therapist. It means you respect her as a person. And true respect, according to Anton, isn't treating her how you want to be treated. It's treating her how she wants to be treated. And what does she want? She wants to be treated like a woman by a confident, charming, and responsible man. Your body language must also send the same message. An attractive man's body language is expansive. He takes up space. He leans back. He is relaxed. His movements are spontaneous and proud. He holds his head high. He uses his gaze to show his interest, holding eye contact without fear. He uses touch to build comfort and create sexual tension, moving progressively from innocent touches on the arm or back to more intimate contact as she becomes more comfortable. He is protective, shielding her from discomfort. He is, in a word, cool, calm and unreactive, in control of his emotions. So, how does this all come together in a real-world scenario? The method is surprisingly simple and straightforward. The best place to meet women is everywhere. The best time is any time. Don't wait for the weekend or a special occasion. When you see a woman you want, whether it's in a grocery store, a park, or on the street, that is your opportunity. You choose the woman. You don't settle. You approach the woman who truly takes your breath away, because your genuine desire will fuel your confidence. Your approach is direct. You walk straight toward her, making eye contact and smiling. You don't need an excuse. You get her full attention, and then you state your real reason for being there. Something like, "Excuse me. I saw you from across the street, and I think you were absolutely stunning. I had to come and meet you." You combine a compliment with your intention. This is confident. It is charming. It takes responsibility. She will be stunned, in a good way. No one does this. From there, you have a normal conversation, but with a flirtatious edge. You get to know her a little, make her laugh, and make her feel comfortable. Then, you have two options. You can take her number to set up a date for later. Or, even better, you can go on a spontaneous date right then and there. "I'm on my way to grab a coffee. You should join me." The phone call is brief and to the point. You call to set up the date, not to have a long, drawn-out conversation. You lead. You suggest a time and a place. The date is your opportunity to build more comfort and escalate physical intimacy. It doesn't need to be expensive or elaborate. The focus is on the two of you connecting. You talk, you touch, you laugh. Your goal is to move things toward the first kiss. The kiss is a major turning point. You don't ask for it. You create the moment and you go for it. If it goes well, if she reciprocates, then the path to sex is open. It's simply a matter of when and where. You continue to lead, you continue to make her feel comfortable, and you continue to make her horny. You persist through any last-minute resistance, understanding that she needs you to take the final responsibility. After you have had sex, the relationship is whatever you decide to make it. A one-night stand, a friend with benefits, a girlfriend, a wife. The choice is yours, and you make it from a position of strength and desire, not neediness or desperation. You continue to be the confident, charming, and responsible man she was attracted to in the first place. You never stop flirting. You never allow her to change you. You remain the man she fell for. This, in essence, is the journey the manual lays out. It's a path away from the confusing and ineffective rules of society, and a return to a more natural, honest, and powerful way of being. It's not about becoming someone else. It's about having the courage to finally be yourself, the confident, masculine man you were always meant to be. Commentary. As we reflect on the ideas presented in the manual, it's clear that this book is about far more than just getting girls. At its heart, it's a profound commentary on self-worth, social pressure, and authenticity. The author, W. Anton, presents a philosophy that is challenging, even radical, precisely because it asks us to undo a lifetime of conditioning. The most powerful lesson, I believe, is the idea that attractiveness for a man is not something you acquire, it's something you uncover. We spend so much of our lives believing we need to add layers to ourselves: a better job, a nicer car, more money, a funnier personality, to be worthy of affection. Anton's work suggests the opposite. The path to becoming a man that women desire is a process of subtraction. It's about stripping away the false beliefs, the insecurities, and the social fears that have been piled on top of our natural, confident core. Think of it like this: as children, we were fearless. We'd talk to anyone. We'd run, jump, and play without a second thought about what others thought of us. We believed we were the center of our own universe. That is our natural state. The book argues that all the anxiety, hesitation, and feelings of inadequacy are learned behaviors. They are not who we are. They are just a story we've been told so many times that we've started to believe it. The framework of confidence, charm, and responsibility is so effective because it's not a set of tactics, it's a way of being. It's a return to that natural state. Confidence is trusting your own value. Charm is sharing that good feeling with others. And responsibility is having the courage to create the life you want, rather than waiting for it to happen to you. What makes this book resonate so deeply is that its principles apply far beyond the realm of dating. The ability to tolerate uncertainty, to lead with a positive vision, to communicate directly, and to take responsibility for your own outcomes, these are the cornerstones of success in any area of life, be it business, personal growth, or relationships of any kind. So, how can you begin to apply these ideas today, in a simple, practical way? First, start with awareness. For the next week, just observe. Notice the moments when you feel an urge to make an excuse or rationalize inaction. When you see an attractive woman and your mind says, "She's probably busy," just notice it. Don't judge it. Just see it for what it is, a product of social conditioning designed to keep you in your comfort zone. The first step to freedom is realizing you're in a prison. Second, practice one small act of courage each day. It doesn't have to be approaching a woman. It could be holding eye contact with a stranger for 1 second longer than you normally would. It could be speaking up in a meeting when you'd normally stay quiet. Or it could be choosing to walk with your head held high and your shoulders back, even if you don't feel particularly proud. Remember, the body leads the mind. Act confident, and the feeling will follow. And third, reframe your idea of selfishness. For the next few days, make a conscious effort to put your own well-being first in small ways. This doesn't mean being a jerk. It means choosing the activity you want to do, listening to the music you enjoy, and protecting your time and energy. Learn to say no with a smile. You'll find that the more you respect yourself, the more others will respect you in return. That was a summary of the manual, What Women Want and How to Give It to Them by W. Anton. We've explored the main highways of this book today, but I'll be honest with you, a summary can only ever be a map. The real treasure is found on the journey itself. The true magic happens when you read the book, when a particular story or a simple phrase connects with you in a way you didn't expect. This summary is here to help you decide if this is a journey worth taking. If anything we've talked about today has sparked a curiosity in you, if it has made you question the way things are, then I encourage you to grab a copy. Reading it isn't just about learning. It's an experience that can genuinely change the way you see yourself and your place in the world. The link to the book is in the description. Also, if you found this summary valuable, and if it gave you a new perspective to consider, please support our channel by hitting that like button and subscribing. That way, you won't miss our next journey into another life-changing book from the billionaire's bookshelf. Let's keep growing together.